Most people are waiting. They're waiting for the perfect moment, the right opportunity, or for someone to come along and hand them success on a silver platter. But let me tell you something, that day isn't coming. The only day that matters is today and what you do with it. Progress, my friends, is the key to everything you want in life. It's the difference between where you are and where you want to be. It's the bridge between your dreams and your reality. And the beautiful thing about progress is that it compounds. Small steps taken consistently lead to massive changes over time. But here's the catch. Progress doesn't just happen. It's not something that occurs by chance or by luck. No, progress is a choice. It's a decision you make every single day when you wake up in the morning. It's a commitment to yourself that you're going to be better today than you were yesterday. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Jim, that sounds great, but you don't know my situation. You don't know how hard things are for me. And you're right, I don't know your specific circumstances. But what I do know is this: circumstances don't make the man, they reveal him. You see, life is going to throw challenges at you. That's a given. You're going to face obstacles, setbacks, and disappointments. But here's the secret. It's not about what happens to you. It's about how you respond to what happens to you. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people isn't that successful people don't have problems. They have just as many problems, sometimes even more. The difference is in how they approach those problems. Successful people see problems as opportunities. They see challenges as a chance to grow, to learn, to become stronger. They understand that the path to success isn't a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. But they keep moving forward no matter what. So how do we make progress every day regardless of our circumstances? Well, it starts with your mindset. You've got to develop what I call a progress mindset. This means looking at each day as an opportunity to move forward, even if it's just by an inch. The first step in developing this mindset is to set clear goals for yourself. Now, I'm not talking about vague wishes or general desires. I'm talking about specific, measurable goals that you can work towards each and every day. You see, without clear goals, you're like a ship without a destination. You might be moving, but you have no idea if you're going in the right direction. But when you have clear goals, you have a target to aim for. You have something to measure your progress against. But here's the thing about goals. They're not enough on their own. You need to break them down into daily actions. What can you do today, right now, to move closer to your goals? It might be something small, like reading a chapter of a book in your field, or one sales call, or writing 500 words of your novel. The size of the action doesn't matter as much as the consistency of taking action. Now let me tell you about the power of daily disciplines. These are the small actions that you commit to doing every single day, no matter what. They're the foundation of progress. They're what separate the amateurs from the professionals. You see, anyone can do something once. Anyone can have a good day or a good week. But it's the people who show up day after day, week after week, month after month, who really make progress. It's the people who are willing to do the things that others aren't willing to do, who end up living lives that others can't live. So what are your daily disciplines? What are the non-negotiable actions that you're going to take every single day to move closer to your goals? Maybe it's waking up an hour earlier to work on your side business. Maybe it's exercising for 30 minutes, no matter how busy you are. Maybe it's reading 10 pages of a book that will help you grow. Whatever your daily disciplines are, commit to them. Make them as much a part of your day as brushing your teeth or eating breakfast. Because here's the truth, it's not the big things that change your life, it's the small things done consistently over time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jim, that sounds great, but what about when things get tough? What about when I don't feel like it? Well, my friends, that's where discipline comes in. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. You see, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. You can't rely on motivation to carry you through. But discipline is reliable. Discipline is consistent. Discipline is what gets you out of bed on those mornings when you'd rather stay under the covers. And here's the beautiful thing about discipline. It creates its own motivation. When you do the things you know you should do and you don't feel like it, you start to feel good about yourself. You start to build momentum, and that momentum creates motivation. But let's talk about something that often gets in the way of progress: perfectionism. Now, don't get me wrong, striving for excellence is important, but perfectionism is the enemy of progress. You see, perfectionists often don't start because they're waiting for the perfect moment, or they don't finish because they're never satisfied with their work. But here's the truth: done is better than perfect. And imperfect action taken today is better than a perfect action never taken. Remember, progress isn't about being perfect. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about continuous improvement, not instant perfection. So give yourself permission to be imperfect. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Because mistakes aren't failures, they're lessons. They're opportunities to learn and grow. The only real failure is not trying at all. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: learning. You see, in today's world, if you're not learning, you're falling behind. The world is changing faster than ever before, and the only way to keep up is to become a lifelong learner. But here's the thing about learning: it's not just about acquiring information, it's about applying what you learn. Knowledge isn't power, it's potential power. It only becomes power when you use it. So make learning a part of your daily routine. Read books, listen to podcasts, take online courses. But don't just consume information passively. Ask yourself, how can I apply this to my life? How can I use this to make progress towards my goals? And remember, learning isn't just about formal education. Some of the most valuable lessons come from experience. So be willing to try new things. Be willing to step out of your comfort zone, because that's where growth happens. Now, let's talk about something that often gets overlooked when it comes to making progress: your environment. You see, your environment has a huge impact on your ability to make progress. It can either support your goals or hinder them. So take a look at your environment. Is it conducive to progress? Are you surrounded by people who support your goals and encourage you to grow? Or are you surrounded by negativity and people who drag you down? Remember, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So choose your company wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who push you to be better. And it's not just about the people in your environment. It's also about your physical space. Is your workspace organized and conducive to productivity? Or is it cluttered and distracting? Small changes to your environment can have a big impact on your ability to make progress. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: taking responsibility. You see, one of the biggest obstacles to progress is blaming others or circumstances for our lack of success. But here's the truth: you are responsible for your life. You are responsible for your progress. Yes, there are things outside of your control, but how you respond to those things, that's entirely up to you. Taking responsibility means stopping the blame game. It means looking in the mirror and asking yourself, what can I do differently? How can I improve this situation? It means focusing on what you can control rather than complaining about what you can't. And here's the beautiful thing about taking responsibility: it's empowering. When you take responsibility for your life, you take back control. You stop being a victim of circumstances and start being the author of your own story. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: celebrating small wins. You see, progress isn't always about big, dramatic changes. More often than not, it's about small, incremental improvements. But here's the thing: those small improvements add up over time. And when you celebrate them, you build momentum. You create positive reinforcement that encourages you to keep going. So don't wait for the big achievements to celebrate. Celebrate the small wins along the way. Did you stick to your daily disciplines today? Celebrate that. Did you learn something new? Celebrate that. Did you take a step, no matter how small, towards your goals? Celebrate that. Because when you celebrate your progress, you train your brain to associate progress with positive feelings. And that makes you more likely to continue making progress. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: managing your time. You see, time is your most valuable resource. It's the one thing you can never get back. So how you use your time determines the progress you make. But here's the thing: we all have the same 24 hours in a day. The difference is in how we use those hours. Successful people aren't successful because they have more time. They're successful because they use their time more effectively. So how do you manage your time for maximum progress? Well, it starts with prioritization. You need to identify the activities that will have the biggest impact on your progress and focus on those. Use what I call the 80/20 rule. This rule states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your activities. So identify that 20% and focus on it. Eliminate or delegate the rest. And remember, busy doesn't equal productive. You can be busy all day and make no real progress. What matters is not how many things you do, but how many of the right things you do. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: self-care. You see, in our drive to make progress, it's easy to push ourselves too hard, to work longer hours, to skip meals, to sacrifice sleep. But here's the truth: neglecting your health and well-being isn't a sustainable strategy for progress. In fact, it often leads to burnout, which can set you back even further. So make self-care a priority. Get enough sleep. Eat healthy foods. Exercise regularly. Take time to relax and recharge. Because when you take care of yourself, you have more energy and focus to make progress in other areas of your life. And remember, self-care isn't selfish. It's necessary. You can't pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you're ensuring that you have the resources to continue making progress over the long term. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: adaptability. You see, the world is constantly changing. What worked yesterday might not work today. And what works today might not work tomorrow. So to make progress, you need to be adaptable. You need to be willing to change your approach when something isn't working. You need to be open to new ideas, new strategies, new ways of doing things. But here's the thing about adaptability. It doesn't mean changing your goals. It means being flexible in how you achieve those goals. It means being willing to take a different path if the one you're on isn't leading where you want to go. And remember, adaptability isn't just about reacting to change. It's about anticipating change. It's about staying ahead of the curve. So always be learning, always be growing, always be looking for new opportunities. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: patience. You see, in today's world of instant gratification, we often expect quick results. We want success and we want it now. But here's the truth: real, lasting progress takes time. It's not about overnight success. It's about consistent effort over a long period of time. So be patient with yourself. Understand that progress isn't always linear. There will be ups and downs. There will be times when you feel like you're not making any progress at all. But if you stay consistent, if you keep showing up day after day, you will make progress. It might be slow at first, but it will compound over time. And one day you'll look back and be amazed at how far you've come. Now let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: feedback. You see, to make progress, you need to know where you stand. You need to know what's working and what's not. And that's where feedback comes in. Feedback is like a mirror. It shows you things about yourself and your performance that you might not be able to see on your own. But here's the thing about feedback: it's not always easy to hear. Sometimes it can be uncomfortable. Sometimes it can be downright painful. But if you want to make progress, you need to be open to feedback. So seek out feedback. Ask for it. And when you receive it, don't get defensive. Instead, ask yourself, how can I use this to improve? How can I use this to make progress? And remember, feedback doesn't just come from others. It also comes from your own results. Pay attention to what's working and what's not. Be willing to adjust your approach based on the results you're getting. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: gratitude. You see, in our drive to achieve more, to be more, it's easy to forget to appreciate what we already have. But here's the truth: gratitude is a powerful force for progress. When you're grateful for what you have, you open yourself up to receiving more. When you appreciate your progress, no matter how small, you create a positive mindset that fuels further progress. So make gratitude a daily practice. Take time each day to appreciate how far you've come, to be thankful for the opportunities you have, to acknowledge the progress you've made, no matter how small. Because when you're grateful, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. And that shift in perspective can be incredibly motivating. It can give you the energy and enthusiasm to keep pushing forward, to keep making progress. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: persistence. You see, making progress isn't always easy. There will be obstacles. There will be setbacks. There will be times when you feel like giving up. But here's the thing: persistence is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It's the ability to keep going, even when things get tough, even when you don't see immediate results, even when it feels like you're not making any progress at all. So cultivate persistence. Understand that setbacks are not failures. They're just part of the journey. Understand that the path to success is rarely a straight line. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. And remember, persistence doesn't mean blindly doing the same thing over and over again. It means being committed to your goals, but flexible in your approach. It means being willing to try different strategies, to learn from your mistakes, to keep pushing forward no matter what. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: balance. You see, in our drive to make progress in one area of our lives, it's easy to neglect other areas. But here's the truth: true progress isn't about excelling in just one area. It's about creating a balanced, fulfilling life. It's about making progress in all areas that are important to you: your career, your relationships, your health, your personal growth. So strive for balance. Set goals in all areas of your life. And understand that sometimes making progress in one area means slowing down in another. And that's okay. It's about finding the right balance for you. And remember, balance doesn't mean giving equal time to everything. It means giving the right amount of attention to each area of your life. It means making conscious choices about where you focus your energy and efforts. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: resilience. You see, making progress isn't always smooth sailing. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be times when you feel like everything is working against you. But here's the thing: resilience is what allows you to bounce back from these setbacks. It's what allows you to keep going when things get tough. It's what turns failures into learning experiences. So how do you build resilience? Well, it starts with your mindset. See challenges as opportunities to grow, not as insurmountable obstacles. See failures as lessons, not as reflections of your worth. And remember, resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up every time you do. It's about learning from your mistakes and coming back stronger. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: the power of habits. You see, your habits shape your life. They determine the actions you take day in and day out. And those actions over time determine your progress. But here's the thing about habits: they work both ways. Good habits can propel you forward, while bad habits can hold you back. So if you want to make progress every day, you need to focus on developing good habits and breaking bad ones. Start by identifying the habits that are holding you back. Maybe it's procrastination or negative self-talk or spending too much time on social media. Whatever it is, acknowledge it. Then work on replacing those habits with ones that support your goals. Remember, habits are formed through repetition, so be patient with yourself. It takes time to build new habits. But if you stay consistent, those new habits will become second nature, and they'll drive your progress day after day. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: continuous improvement. You see, progress isn't about reaching a destination and stopping. It's about constantly striving to be better. The Japanese have a concept called Kaizen, which means continuous improvement. It's about making small, incremental improvements every day. And those small improvements over time lead to massive changes. So adopt a mindset of continuous improvement. Always be looking for ways to do things better, to be more efficient, to grow and develop. Ask yourself every day, how can I improve? How can I be better today than I was yesterday? And remember, continuous improvement isn't just about your skills or your work. It's about improving as a person. It's about becoming a better version of yourself every day. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: the power of visualization. You see, your mind is an incredibly powerful tool. And when you use it to visualize your goals and your progress, you can achieve amazing things. Visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's a powerful technique used by athletes, entrepreneurs, and successful people in all fields. When you visualize your goals, you're programming your subconscious mind to look for opportunities to make those goals a reality. So take time each day to visualize your goals. See yourself making progress. Feel the emotions of achieving what you want. Make it as vivid and real as possible in your mind. And remember, visualization isn't a substitute for action. It's a complement to it. Use visualization to inspire and motivate yourself, but always follow it up with concrete action. Now, let's talk about something that's crucial for making progress: accountability. You see, it's easy to make promises to yourself. It's easy to set goals. But without accountability, it's also easy to let those promises slide, to let those goals fall by the wayside. Accountability is what keeps you on track. It's what ensures that you follow through on your commitments. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, a coach, or a group, having someone to hold you accountable can make a huge difference in your progress. So find an accountability partner or group. Share your goals with them. Report on your progress regularly. Let them challenge you, encourage you, and push you to be your best. And remember, the ultimate accountability is to yourself. At the end of the day, you're the one who has to live with the results of your actions or inactions. So hold yourself accountable. Be honest with yourself about your progress. Celebrate your wins, but also acknowledge where you're falling short. Now, let's talk about something that's often overlooked when it comes to making progress: the power of rest. You see, in our hustle culture, we often glorify nonstop work. We wear our busyness like a badge of honor. But here's the truth: rest is not the opposite of progress. Rest is an essential part of progress. It's during rest that your body recovers, that your mind processes information, that you recharge and prepare for the next push forward. So make rest a priority. Get enough sleep. Take breaks throughout your day. Schedule regular time off. And when you rest, really rest. Don't feel guilty about it. Understand that it's a crucial part of your progress. And remember, rest isn't just about physical rest. It's also about mental and emotional rest. Take time to do things you enjoy, to spend time with loved ones, to engage in activities that recharge your spirit. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to talk about something that's crucial for making progress: belief. You see, at the core of all progress is belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your goals, belief that you can overcome obstacles and achieve what you set out to do. Without belief, it's easy to give up when things get tough. It's easy to let setbacks derail you. But when you truly believe in yourself and your goals, you'll find the strength to keep going, no matter what. So cultivate belief in yourself. Remind yourself of your past successes. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. And most importantly, take action, because action builds belief and belief drives action. And remember, belief isn't about ignoring reality or pretending that everything will be easy. It's about having confidence in your ability to learn, to grow, to overcome challenges. It's about knowing that even if you fail, you can get back up and try again. In conclusion, making progress every day, no matter what, is about more than just working hard. It's about developing the right mindset, the right habits, the right strategies. It's about being persistent, resilient, and adaptable. It's about taking responsibility for your life and your progress. Remember, progress isn't always about big leaps. More often, it's about small steps taken consistently over time. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and never giving up on your goals. So I challenge you, starting today, commit to making progress every single day. No matter how small, do something that moves you closer to your goals. Develop the habits and mindset of a person who makes progress consistently. Be patient with yourself, but also push yourself to grow and improve. Because here's the truth: you have greatness within you. You have the potential to achieve amazing things. But that potential will only be realized through consistent daily progress. So go out there and make progress every day, no matter what. Your future self will thank you for it. Thank you.